Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. Ha ha. How are y'all doing tonight? I put this photo up. Dan Scavino posted this. No words, no caption. Just put it up here, see what people think of it. As I always say, I always pay attention to what Mr. Scavino has to say. I'm waiting for the 30-second mark to go by. They give us a little more scrutiny in the first 30 seconds. So everybody's supposed to watch their cuss words and all that. Tonight, going into the weekend, there has been so much going on. I think a lot of what's happening is they're giving the GP, general public, time to digest everything and codify in their minds what's going on. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Linda. Mike. Ingrid. How's everybody doing tonight? That's good. I'm waiting for Lone Wolf to show up. That was somebody. Hi, Brett S. B-Dog. So, I tell you, I didn't even know Nikki was doing a live stream last night. She did a real good live stream on the Twitter drop. So when she gets in, I'm going to get her to drop a link to her channel for those of you who may want to see a lot of the video. Oh, I'm going to remember to put this up this time. Wait a minute. Let me see. I'm going to put this up. There we go. Copyright. Anything I put up is under fair use. I always forget to do that. Hi, Nikki. There you are. Hello, Mr. Kibler. Wilma. I went to school with a girl named Wilma. Marla. How are you? So everybody's filing in. So anyway, Mr. Scavino put this picture up. No captions, no words, no nothing. Let me get the whole picture in the screen there. And no comment. I thought it was odd. I mean, what's the communication? What is he trying to say to us? Because a lot of times, stuff he puts up, a lot of people pay attention to, like this. I've had this in my studio since the day he posted it a couple of days ago, Dan Scavino, and he's pretty well known in the community, let's say the info community, for putting up dog comms. And usually when he does that, there is some manner of people leaving into the great unknown. So if you know what I mean. So these were two German Shepherds fighting each other with lightsabers. And that made me think of the Star Wars game that Disney had, that it was discovered that some high-level people were using it to communicate to each other and thought nobody knew what they were doing. But they got discovered, and they shut the whole game down. So you have a red block, one dog standing on, and a square blue block. And, that in the movie, if anybody that doesn't know, the red is for the Sith and the blue is for the Jedi. So I don't know. But anyway, that was another video he put up without comment. So anyway, those are just interesting little things I'm putting up for people while the crowd files in. Who knows? I think maybe it could just be showing the dichotomy between the Mr. Potato in the office now dealing with the press versus the way DJT dealt with the press every single day, daggone near. He was fully available, made himself fully available, no walking away, and compare that to what we have now. Perhaps that's what that means. I do not know. So anyway, I found this. I tried to find this intro I had with this drawing on there, and I did find it. So it's only 17 seconds long. I'll play it for y'all. One of my old intros. I forgot that had Putin in there smacking Zelensky upside the head. But anyway, I got a couple of the intros I'll play while I'm going along. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Georgia. Lori, how are you doing? Everybody's rolling in. Dallas, Linda's here. Paula, how are you? Happy days. Yes, please hit the like button. You know, I've done that myself. I see a video that I watch. I always hit the thumbs up, but sometimes I forget. I'm like, holy cow, I forgot to hit the thumbs up on BCP or somebody like that. So just go ahead and get it over with. That way you won't forget. Because, you know, when have you not liked one of the videos? So you might as well take care of business. Get it done. Anybody see, well, I'll wait some more people get in the chats. I want to put a picture up. See if anybody else has seen seen what I'm going to put up in the past. I tell you, I was putting up things from the East yesterday, last night, and why Eastern Europe, why there was such a strong resistance to the Western culture, and why the Ukrainian resistance is so weak. Just no matter what they say, here you have, and this is undeniable, what the people feel. Western culture is anti-Christian, anti-religion, no matter what the religion. You got to remember, Russia goes across, 11 time zones? How many ethnicities, how many races, how many religions are in the Russian Federation? You have Muslims, you have Christians, you have the Christian Orthodox, Ukrainian Orthodox Church, the Russian Orthodox Church. You've got Buddhists, you've got Hinduists, you've got everybody you can think of in that country living under the Russian Federation. And in UKR, they're fighting side by side. The Chechens are, many of them Muslims, and a lot of Chechens are Christians. So anyway, but the Ukrainian Orthodox Church has been informed by President Zelensky's government that it is to be expelled from its holiest site, the Kiev Caves, Lavra, by the end of March. The canonically recognized Orthodox Church in the country has prayed and struggled there for over 1,000 years. So this is going to go across there like wildfire. What's the justification? What's the justification for that? Hi, cameraman. Hi, Melinda. I said hi, Sharon. How you doing, Sharon? I'll say it again. Ha ha. I got to remember who I said hi to. We got so many people. That's good. Everybody's keep on coming in. And hit the like button so you don't got to go, oh, shoot, I forgot. Now, I was talking about World War. We were talking about World War III, right? So I had this in my library, which was half a year ago? Half a year ago. Let me play this for you. See if you all remember this. Because he said remember it when he said it. This is Mr. T on radio program, and it was posted by The Storm Has Arrived.
Everything that's going on, the border, you were right. Crime, you were right.
Yeah.
Ukraine, you were right. May end up being right about Taiwan and what China might do.
And it could lead to World War III, by the way. It could all lead to World War III. Remember that. Just remember I said that too. And that's what's really
Very high.
Very high stakes. Remember I said that. That was probably closer to a year ago. But Trump was right. That's what everybody's talking about might be the slogan for 2024. How about a hat with Trump was right on top of it? It'll be kind of hard to argue with that. Hi, Roy. Interesting tidbits. Julie, how y'all doing? Banning the church is hardly spreading freedom and democracy, Roy says. That's the truth. Hi, Donna. How are you doing? So, that is a very ugly look for the government in Ukraine and for Zelensky himself. So now the next thing, the big thing that happened, I'll get rid of just today's stuff because I had a lot of stuff in the studio for yesterday, but I just didn't get to it. So much going on, so little time. But anyway, this is another thing reported from the Eastern News. You guys have heard about it already. Regulators shut down Silicon Valley Bank in the biggest bank failure since the financial crisis. Okay, financial regulators have closed Silicon Valley Bank and taken control of its deposits in what is the largest U.S. bank failure since the global financial crisis more than a decade ago. So, one of the first ones to go in this country, let's see, where'd it go, is, here we go, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo customer report missing direct deposits amid technical issue. Whatever that means, their deposits are gone. Hopefully it's just a technical issue, but if it's more than that, there's going to be, I don't know, other banks, possibly a run on the other banks. And I was talking about the weapons dealing too. This is a new one. And we know about the deal with Iran, the pallets of cash, everything like that, right? Here's a wrinkle for you. Russia has been sending some U.S.-provided weapons captured in Ukraine to Iran. Russia seized part of American weapons for Ukraine and gave it to Iran to create analogs. That's a translation, for copies. CNN with reference to the Pentagon. This is a CNN report. They're talking about it over there in Eastern Europe. According to the U.S. military, the Russians sent samples of captured weapons to Iran in order to create similar weapons based upon it. Among the transferred samples are Javelin anti-tank systems and man-pads. It is not clear whether Iran has successfully reverse engineered any of the weapons captured in Ukraine, but Tehran has shown great expertise in developing weapons systems based on U.S. weapons. So here's a picture of, let me ask y'all, have any of y'all seen this yet? I don't think they've got anything like this they can try to copy that the U.S. has come up with. It's supposed to be in production and a big secret. So I don't know what kind of cannon that is on there, what it shoots, and it's got a gun down below it. Put a 00 if you've never seen it, and put a 11 if you have, if you've seen a picture of this before. That's a much more lightweight, quicker looking vehicle than a modern tank, and it also looks like it has something else on there besides a regular projectile. It's pretty odd looking. Just wondering if any of y'all had seen that. Well, I got in my thumbnail B-2 bomber stealth. Mike's seen it. Mike 11. Direct energy. Okay. Yeah, that'll rattle somebody's cage. It could, I heard of the microwaves that you can make 1,000 people feel like they're frying alive. They take off running. Maybe that's it. Interesting tidbits, hadn't seen it. It's some kind of weird looking barrel there, but very stylish looking. Oh, David says it's a robot. Unmanned. So, well, I put in my, I popped up a couple of memes last night that I had that I was going to talk about as the broadcast was closing out. And one of them was this. And man, I'm telling you, that saying has been, this was reposted by Mr. T. There has been a lot of stuff reposted by Mr. T that has to do with the 17th letter, right, folks? So, and you know that he knows good and well that where these sayings come from that he reposts, and he does it, and it keeps them on their toes and keeps them going through stuff. Let me see this one I had. I want to go over something about what's going on with the B2, what I think is the stealth. And that has to do with Durham. And I want to cover some posts too. Is that okay with you guys? It's not very complicated. Energy heat weapon Patriot Starfighter said, yeah, that's what I was talking about. The microwaves, you're right. Oh, when you, Nikki says, when you project on the TV, can you still chat on your phone? Yeah, that's a good question. I never knew that. Anyway, folks, let me see how I got these in order here. This is one I put up before, and for my new viewers, so somebody just tuning in, this what I'm going to go over has to do with this, okay? This was something posted on Fox News. Oh, I don't know, 4 years ago now? 4 years ago? When everybody was on pins and needles over the Inspector General report. Remember that? And it came out, it was a report. Now everybody says they're waiting for the Durham report. And we've discussed, many of the people who've been with me for a long time, that Durham isn't going to put out a report. His report is going to be indictments and or arrests, okay? And I want to say, too, I noticed, so in the chats, it was, would the first arrest shock the world? And I want to say, I've mentioned in the past that phrase is not in the board, is not in the 17 board, okay? That's never been said. I used to say it all the time, just like I used to say that a Capitol police officer got brained with a fire extinguisher and lost his life. I said that stuff because I didn't know. I was lied to. So somebody put in there a saying that the first arrests would shock the world. Doesn't say that. It says the first arrests will show the future direction. Future direction, okay? So anyway, you see what's circled there. That was in the Inspector General report. Why is the FBI's top child porn lawyer involved in the H. Biden laptop case? Special Agent Joshua Wilson. Do you see a pattern? Okay? Just keep that in mind because don't forget, Durham absorbed the Inspector General's report. That's right, Mike. There is no report. There's just going to be people getting rounded up, or not all at once, pluck them here, pluck them there. But the first arrests would show the direction, okay? Now, let me see if I got these in order. Let me see if I got these in orders. Maybe not. Let me see. That might be, let me get this one up first. Okay. When people get frustrated, okay, these are the kind of posts that really give everybody an idea of why things are taking so long. And also, when you look at these past posts, I mean, from years ago, you see that a lot has been done compared to 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Okay? So we'll read through these and think about them compared to how things were 4 years ago versus now. Okay? And why you couldn't do anything right away. Use logic. Why must the DOJ and FBI be cleaned first in capital letters? And as far as I'm concerned, that cleaning process is ongoing. If that's the first thing you have to do, it's ongoing. We're finding out who's the baddies in the FBI, who's the baddies that went to Mar-a-Lago and pushed to go to Mar-a-Lago, who's the baddies that done all the things with the FBI that we know about. From Ray EPPS on up the ladder, okay? The DOJ, we know that process is being cleaned first. We got to identify the dirt and then clean it. What is the DOJ responsible for? What is FIBI responsible for? Okay, why did HRC, we all know who that is, get a free pass? Use logic. She got a free pass because those two agencies are corrupted. Okay, define single shooter. Okay, who is Huber? Define IG as Inspector General. Okay, when does Sessions step back in? Is he already back in? Already is? Why did Sessions secretly engage Huber? I believe Huber's out of Utah, okay? Why did Sessions reveal Huber? Timing is everything. Department of Justice does not discuss ongoing investigations or confirm specific matters. What about the active investigation into leaks? Horowitz oversees a nationwide workforce of more than 450 special agents, auditors, inspectors, attorneys, and support staff whose mission is to detect and deter waste, fraud, abuse, and misconduct in DOJ programs and personnel, and promote economy and efficiency in departmental obligations. So a lot of people lull themselves into thinking that they count pencils, make sure nobody's stealing paper. The Inspector General says, what'd you all do with the cars that you ordered for your staff? You're not taking them to the 7-Eleven on your own time, are you? No, they do everything. Everything right up to international criminality if the DOJ or the FIBIZL is involved in it. Why did MP step into the C.I. Prior to Secretary of State, namely Mike Pompeo? They are deeply connected. Think offshore. Military providing support during this time, ? So the next thing you got to think about, whoa, let me see if I got the right one. Whoa, I'm swiping these things around here. Let me see if that's the right one. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I think I got them mixed up, but that's okay, folks. We'll still make heads or tails of it. We'll still make heads or tails of it. If y'all bear with me, I'm sorry. Let me get this one off. And I'll get this other one off. I'm jumping ahead of myself. My. Well, I could be having little problems here with the screen. I don't know. Let me shrink this puppy down. Okay. All right. I got to figure it out now. Okay. Let's see. All right. Peter Strzok, Lisa Page texts are only scratching the surface. You see that word there, threats of ASSASSINA? You know, they are preparing for this by activating progressive activists. Red line. Once the documents are supplied and viewed by the Senate and congressional leaders and the public, they lose. Setup, scam, FISA, abuse of executive powers, illegal spying, frame, insert assets, prevent at all costs. Traitors are all. They know we know. But until the public knows, it is contained. The people have the power. Mainstream media will portray progressive activists as a large part of the population. This is false. No possibility of compromise. Do not underestimate our resolve, okay? Mainstream media will portray progressive activists as a large part of the population. We see that being stripped down now. We're exposing that lie with all the things that you can think of. You have Matt Taibbi getting up there, getting kicked around by people that don't even make any sense when they talking about white supremacy, and then they get up there with the alphabet community rights and all this stuff. It's exposing and showing. But what that particular post mentioned was attempt on DJT, right? I'll give you an example. Here's a video that it's only got 68,000 views. How many attempts do we know of have been made on Mr. T? Breaking, Canadian lib tries to assassinate Trump with poison, okay? We know of at least half a dozen to a dozen attempts, but nothing's talked about. But that specific post station is being contained until the people see that the lunatics, the radicals, are not the majority of the population. When they see that mainstream media is misleading them and the distrust for the narrative starts to blossom, which is what we're seeing right now. Now, I don't know if that is a woman or they're using that term to placate people or what, but have you heard about this? A lot of you may have, because we keep our ear to the ground. But how many everyday Americans know that there was even this attempt, much less all the attempts that we know of? Like the one at Mar-a-Lago where he actually had a bullet lodged in his bedroom window, his bullet-resistant window. A lot of us know about that. But they throw out so much stuff to get us confused or to get us to talk about things that are fantastic so people won't pay attention to us. Like what I played that video of the guy saying, oh, they were going to play the EBS during the Super Bowl, but only 16 million people got it. So we're going to have to try again. Well, here's a meme for that. Me waiting on the emergency broadcast right here. So, we got to look at events as they really are, not what somebody is claiming they're going to be. And what really is happening is that the narrative of the MSM is being demolished. And, Matt Taibbi, I was watching him grilled, and Nikki had a lot of good clips of the kooks grilling him. And Nikki, you ought to put a link in your channel. It's, her last program she did was last night, wasn't it, Nikki? If y'all want to subscribe to her channel, she does a lot of live streams of Twitter drops and stuff like that. You may want to and watch her show from last night and see. But Matt Taibbi, I've read some of his quote work, and I saw pictures of him, and I thought, the shoe fit. I mean, he did not look appealing. I'm not saying he looks appealing now, but I'm saying he looked like he had he was a hateful being, like a lot of these liberals tend to look. See, like this right here. You can take a look at him and say, something's wrong here, okay? And in the past, when I saw pictures of him, I thought, oh my gosh. But you know what? At the Senate hearings, I don't know if it's when someone encounters the truth and decides to take the side of truth, puts on that particular part of the armor of God, if it doesn't change their affect, the way they look. To me, when he was in those hearings, he looked very intelligent. He looked at peace with himself. That's part of the problem with these liberals. They're not at peace with themselves. How can they be at peace with anybody else? But to me, he looked like he was very much in control, and the ones who were attacking him looked very foolish. And I think just the awakening for him personally changed his appearance. Am I crazy or what? I mean, I don't think so. Anyway, here's a meme for you. But one of the reasons I put up that earlier post was to show you that those two agencies need to be cleaned out first, okay? As far as the government is concerned. DJT said the media was the first, and that's as far as the civilian part of our society. So you can see that is taken a long time. It's a long process, but we're getting somewhere. And why I take these posts from the 17th letter seriously. Here's one of the last ones that were posted after almost 2 years of silence, endless lies, endless wars, endless inflation, endless printing, okay, endless oppression, endless subjugation, endless surveillance. Who will put an end to the endless taking control, right? Well, what does Mr. T, after a little while, though, what does he post on Truth Social? This right here. So nobody's going to tell me that that is not part of, you see in the silhouette underneath, in between put and underneath in the clouds, you see the silhouette of the letter there. This was on his own thread that he posted. Nobody's going to tell me that the U.S. military, okay, National Security Agency, and elements of the Department of Defense are not behind this. When Trump left, the hour he left office and was in Mar-a-Lago, millions of IP addresses that the military had control of were opened up and transferred to Florida, okay? Millions of IP addresses. Something big is coming, and it's going to have to do with the internet. It's going to have to do with yanking the bullhorn out of the hands of these maniacal creatures. That's right, Nikki. They're talking about climate change and the banks are collapsing. Well, the banks, yeah, that's important, but so is World War you know what. And let me see. I kind of got knocked off track there because I was talking about Huber, okay? Let me see. I put that one up. Let me put this one up. Wait a second, folks. I'll get there. Here we go. Here we go, folks. When everybody's saying, oh, gosh, nothing's going to happen, and we need to just go ahead and grab them and arrest them, get it over with. This is probably one of the most important posts to explain why you can't do that, why this has been such a long time, folks, a long time coming. How do you capture a very dangerous animal? Do you attack it from the front? Do you walk through the front door? Do you signal ahead of time you will be attacking? How do you distinguish between good and bad? Who do you trust to keep secrets? How do you prevent leaks? Who do you trust to complete the mission? That's a quote from Trump very recently. Time to complete the mission. How do you prevent warnings being sent? Why is Admiral R so important? Most of you know who that is, okay? Admiral R. And I'll go ahead and say who it is. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds to show if you know it or not. Why was the source code to former NSA collections Ps publicly released? How do you blind the clowns in America? And we know what the clowns in America are. The initials right there is C, I, and the last one is A. What was Snowden's primary mission? What was Snowden's real primary mission? Was Snowden truly acting on his own? Nothing is as it appears. Okay, let's see. Roger the Rabbit. Rogers. That's right. Rogers. Admiral Rogers. Admiral Rogers is the one who went to Trump Tower prior to Trump being sworn in and told Trump that they have wired the building, they're spying on you. And that night, Trump pulled up stakes out of Trump Towers and went to his estate in New Jersey, okay, where he had that golf tournament while they were raiding Mar-a-Lago. And a lot of people say that's the real second White House, okay? Because you didn't see anybody touch that property. And that's where Trump was when they raided Mar-a-Lago. But Admiral Rogers was the one who went and told Trump. Okay, now back to this. You got to remember with Snowden, he was a hero to Hollywood. He was a hero in the movies. They created that Jason Bourne series supposedly on Snowden. And they also praised him in the news organization. So that gives you an idea about Snowden, okay? But they hated Julian Assange. Okay? Now, nothing has appeared. What show is being put on by AG Sessions since his confirmation? What show is being put on by POTUS since AG Sessions' confirmation? Why has AG Sessions' confirmation been challenged heavily? Remember that. What the show was that Trump couldn't stand Sessions, thinks he was a coward for backing out. Sessions was acting like all he was doing was chasing potheads. They were putting on a show because who appointed Huber? Sessions. Okay, now I kind of skipped one here, a part of this, but why was RR confirmation smooth and easy? That's Rod Rosenstein. What was the vote count for RR? Why did Sessions recuse himself? Why is this relevant? What group has vocally supported RM repeatedly? Now, who's RM? It's it seems like old history, folks, but that's Mueller, Robert Mueller. How do you capture a very dangerous animal? Who is best to conduct the attack? What is the one force necessary to retain control? What is the one force necessary to retain control? The U.S. military. Why does the U.S. military play such a vital role in this global game of risk? What is money without power? Why did POTUS depart Manila 30 minutes ahead of schedule? Why is Air Force One landing in Hawaii? Does Air Force One have in-air refueling ability? Of course it does. Nothing is as it appears. What was the D.C. vote breakdown between Trump and Clinton? Okay, we won't skip that question. We'll answer it. What was the D.C. vote breakdown between Trump and Clinton, folks? Anybody in the chats remember? Because it's important. Ha ha! That's right, Bubba. Thumbs up, show some love for an old man. So, does anybody know the breakdown? Trump and Clinton, the D.C. vote. And what is the nickname for D.C.? If you know that, put it there, because I'll answer all three of these questions, or two of these questions. Why would sealed indictments be outside of D.C. jurisdiction? What purpose would this serve? Now, this goes to the post I put up earlier. I should have put up third. Huber is out of Utah. He's outside of D.C. He can do grand juries anywhere in the country. He's outside of D.C., okay? He's outside of the reach of D.C. Let's see. Yes, Sessions, I believe he's at work too. Reba said that. The answer, what was the vote breakdown between Trump and Clinton? It was 90% Clinton and 10% Trump. That was the vote for D.C. Okay? What is the nickname for D.C.? Magic Kingdom. Why would sealed indictments be outside of D.C. jurisdiction? Because D.C. is crooked. The judges are crooked. The prosecutor's crooked. The mayor's crooked. The whole thing is crooked. They call it the Magic Kingdom for a reason. What purpose would this serve? Having indictments outside of D.C., it would serve the purpose of not having the people get off the hook by corrupted system, the magic corrupt kingdom. Why are judicial appointments being rapidly completed? Who can you trust? Have faith, patriots. So, we saw this battle, right? Supposed battle, it was a show between DJT and Donald Trump, that they didn't like each other. But what was happening? Okay, let me see if I can find the right one. Oh, I already got that one. All this stuff that you're seeing up here going on, that was one of the last ones I should have put up. We know about all the scams, all the lying, all the spying. Here, let me see if this is it. What was going on with Jeff Sessions while they were putting on that show? He appointed Huber, okay? Huber out of Utah. Ask yourself, does Huber have the ability to file across across all 50 states? Yes, he does. To file what? Charges, indictments, investigations, grand juries. Is any of this normal? Think sealed indictments. Think resignations of CEOs. Think resignations of senators. Think resignations of Congress. Think termination of senior FIBA. Think of termination of senior DOJ. Media blackout. Midterms punt. All or nothing. Race. Would a second SC take years to complete? Would a second SC be based in corrupt DC? Would the grand jury be members of the DC community? In this case, no, they would not, because Huber can do it anywhere in the country. What percentage of DC voted for Hillary Clinton? 90%. How large is the Mueller team? 20, 25? Think 470. The more you know. How is it 470? Because Huber has 450. So in other words, it's letting us know that Robert Mueller was playing ball with Huber. Robert Mueller had 20 or 25 people. Huber had 450. Right there, you see the 17th letter say, how large is Mueller's team? Think 470, okay? 450 from Huber plus 20 from Mueller. Okay. When Mueller went to the White House to talk to Trump, everybody thought he was trying out for the FBI position. Mueller's a veteran, okay? U.S. Marine Corps. Either he's with us from the very start as White Hat, or he got his hands dirty and they called him in the White House and they said, you're going to do this, and this is how you're going to do it. You got me? And he said, sir, yes, sir. Because like I said, when you get charged with a military commission, you don't go in there to get off the hook or think of some technicality after the charges drop. You go in there to try to mitigate your punishment. So Mueller, remember, he's the one that refused to give them a one sentence that they needed to do their first impeachment. Okay, the one sentence that he obstructed justice or anything that they could hang their hat on. He would not give them one thing. So anyway, I gave myself a headache going through that. But the main thing to remember is it's a dangerous animal. It's huge, okay? Okay, let me see what's going on in the chats, folks. I got to say hi to everybody. Oh my gosh, 50 minutes have gone by already? But while all this stuff's going on, everybody's slugging it out. I think a lot more of Matt Taibbi. He's going up there in front of Congress, and they are attacking him. He's getting a taste of medicine he never thought he'd have to take. And Trump's just watching the show. He's the one watching the show, right? Let's see. I'm seeing what everybody's having fun with. But anyway, I want to thank. I thought they wanted to be anonymous, but it was Lone Wolf that helped me out the other night. Lone Wolf, and for some reason the name wouldn't come up in the. In the Buy Me a Coffee app, for some reason, would come in there. But thank you, Lone Wolf, for helping me out the other night. And everybody else has helped me with Buy Me a Coffees. I see a lot of you in the chats. This is a viewer-supported and creator-supported channel only. I don't get anything from anybody else. So if I got a link in the description, if anybody watching the video wants to help an old man out, support the channel, just go to the link in the description. And on your way there, hit the thumbs up. Or like I say, if you don't like the broadcast, give me a thumbs down. But I'm since we're so close on time, I'm going to remind people on the post I put up, what if she won? What if she won? What it would be like now, okay? I showed the pictures of a guy forcibly getting a mask put on in Australia, right? I've showed where a guy in Germany got arrested because he put a meme that made somebody upset he never met. Okay, a meme. I'm showing you here. Engaging in prayer is the offense. A pro-life activist arrested for silently praying outside an abortion facility. That would be going on right now today if Mr. T had not won. Okay? What it would have been like is there would have been no warp speed. The economy would be devastated. The media would be unchallenged and saying the craziest stuff that most of our people would have been pushed by fear to believe. Now, can you imagine what it would have been like with the situation with people running around with their faces covered and everybody having to stay home, not being able to work? How much the crime would have blossomed? But it's flipped around. Here in New York, Mayor Eric Adams said businesses should require customers to unmask upon entering to help fight crime. If Trump hadn't won, there would be banditos with their faces covered going in people's houses, just like in many of these other countries that are having to put up with this excessive enforcement, forcing masks on people. And like in Brazil, they are forcing people to take the JAB, right? They're our neighbors, folks. And I had some stuff from there I didn't get a chance to put up. But anyway, here's something I'll put up. Let's ask Robert Murdoch. How can the election have been fair balance if Los Angeles County agreed during litigation that there were 1.2 million ineligible you-know-whaters after the selection? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Our elections are third world, okay? This is one county in one state, okay, had to remove 1.2 million ineligible people from the rolls because of a lawsuit. That would have never happened. That would have never happened. And they would have been in power forever. But we're able to push against it now. We're pushing against it. It's going to be the end of the D party. So anyway, I get today's stuff mixed up with yesterday's. I couldn't cover, but you get the general gist of it. And I did want to put this up here to remind people, the Inspector General Huber, okay? I don't have time to go into that last post, but keep that in mind. We'll go over it. I'm not going to do a broadcast tomorrow. We'll go over it Sunday. Because these are things that Durham has absorbed, okay? What you see there, Hillary, and you know the last name, and the foundation, crimes against children, okay? It's not just the emails getting altered and lying to the FISA court. It is a very broad investigation, and he has the Inspector General working with him from outside Washington, D.C. in Utah, capable of doing indictments and grand juries all across the country and in all 50 states. Okay, guys? So keep your chin up. If you think nothing's happening, don't worry, because things are happening. Mr. T knows it. You know it. I know it. Everybody's going to know it. Okay? And he's just comfortable watching things go by, except for the World War III part. And what I'm going to do is, I guess I'm going to close out with this little video right here, folks. This stuff wouldn't be on, we'd all be getting silence for this kind of talk too, and I might get silence for playing it, but maybe not, folks. I'll go ahead and play it and put up a couple of memes on my way out. I want to thank you for spending your precious time with me as we walk through history, and I will be seeing you all Sunday night if everything goes well. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
You can't teach the Bible, but you can teach children that America is evil and that men can get pregnant. A man can get pregnant. Can't even talk about the Bible. You would not trust these people to babysit your children for 20 minutes. And why should we then let them educate millions of American students 6 hours a day, year after year after year? Whatever it takes, the conservative movement must liberate America's children from the captivity of these Marxist teachers' unions. What they're doing to our children and to our country is incredible.